Greetings, Internet. It's Ashley, and yes, the first of the videos is here, and it's E3. Everybody get hyper, or something. I don't know. So, I'm basically going to run through all the details that you're going to need regarding the 4/5, if you want to call it that, major press conferences, and some of the other games, possibly that are third party and whatever, that aren't getting their own press conference, or are and we don't know it yet, or various other things that are probably going to come up. So we'll start off with Microsoft, which will be having their show on Monday at 9:30 in the morning Pacific time and 12:30 Eastern. This is the first of a lot of them. The first of 4 on Monday, which is going to be crazy. There are quite a lot of rumours, quite a lot of confirmed stuff. It's confirmed that there's probably going to be some sort of Halo presence there, considering Halo 5 Guardians has been officially announced. Even though it is coming out in 2015, expect something to be shown from it properly this time. Otherwise, people will hate on it. There is, however, also the rumoured Halo anniversary deal. Obviously, Halo 1 has already had its anniversary edition out, and there was widely speculation that Halo 2 was going to be getting a anniversary edition. However, new rumours sort of spread over the last few weeks that it could be what's described as the Master Chief Collection, and that's going to be the first 4 Halo games, all on Xbox One, all razzmatazz with the graphics and everything. And yeah, that's going to be basically your package to lead up to Halo 5 and the digital feature and the TV series that's supposed to be in the works. Which, to be honest, makes sense, because they did make a statement a few months back, as well as at the last E3, saying 2014 will see the Halo story continue. Obviously, they can't do that with Halo 5, but if they did re-release the entire series on Xbox One, I don't think many people would object, to be honest. So, yeah, you've got the deal there. Forza Horizon 2 has just been announced, coming, I think, around fall time, which is going to be set in Southern Europe rather than America. Still revolving around a festival, but again, that'll be one that they're pushing because it'll be exclusive to Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, and also it's going to be a first party game from them, so they're going to try and push that quite a bit. There's rumours of Rise 2, which is a surprise because Rise 1 didn't get that critically well received, shall I say. There's also rumours of Rare having a few reboots coming, perhaps Perfect Dark, perhaps Banjo-Kazooie, perhaps even the most surprising being Battletoads. Yeah, a game that's about 20 years old, over 20 years old when it came out on the NES, apparently getting some sort of reboot, according to some rumours. I honestly think that one is a bit, they made that up for the heck of it. More likely to happen, but not confirmed, some first details about the new Gears of War game. Quantum Break, we now know, won't be showing at E3. They're saving the first footage for that properly to Gamescom in Germany, which is about a month or 2 away. You might be seeing something from Sunset Overdrive, even though they've done quite a media blitz already, with it set to come out sometime late summer, early fall this year. That's the game from Insomniac, who've done the original Spyro trilogy and also the Ratchet & Clank games. No doubt there'll also be a push towards indie games. They might also pull out the stat that's just been announced that the Xbox One is now actually 10% better at processing the stuff now that Kinect isn't a mandatory thing with the console, which I have mixed opinions on anyway. But there's also a rumour of a new Crackdown game, Crackdown Skyline, as well as perhaps a new edition of the console, perhaps the long-rumoured white-coloured Xbox One, or perhaps even a price cut for the 360 for those people that can't afford the $400-something that it costs for a One. That they might even not have a 360. So the fact that you could say it's currently, I think, $250 I think it's $300 at the minute for a One still, or it's $250. I'm not sure exactly, but expect there to probably be a price cut for that, considering how they're wanting to transition away from that and just get straight into the current, the current/next gen. I always refer to it still as next gen, because if there ain't enough of the games on the platform to make it worthwhile, it's still next gen. When there's enough there, then you can go, that's the generation that you have to have at the minute, because with the fact that, I know this transitions to one of my other games, but the Borderlands, the pre-sequel, which is going to get some E3 details and everything, that is only going to be on PS3, 360 and PC. There's clearly need to keep your previous gen console. So that was Microsoft. Then a few hours later at, I'm trying to think, it is, I believe, 12 o'clock Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I've got that right. Will be EA's presentation. Here, there isn't a whole lot to really say. Quite a lot of it's going to be sports stuff, because that's what they do. So there probably is going to be some sort of UFC focus. You'll have your typical FIFA soccer, your Madden football, your NHL ice hockey, your NBA basketball. I think that's probably the only ones. Possibly even Tiger Woods, now that that series is back after taking a break of a year. And the fact that it's now called Tiger Woods again, despite the fact that they were apparently going to drop it. So I don't know what happened there. We've already got confirmed that there's going to be details on Star Wars Battlefront, which is one that's long overdue for quite a lot of fans, because the Battlefront franchise is probably one of the best things in the Star Wars gaming franchise, even if it isn't canon now, thanks to Disney. There could be something else possibly coming, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was some announcement to do with Star Wars The Old Republic for PCs, because the expansion, I think, got delayed to August. So you might have something coming there. But the big one is the one that got leaked, then got announced. Then there was another leak coming after that announcement, which then the secondary leak had to get officially announced as well. Thankfully, nothing's happened since then. And that's the new Battlefield game, Battlefield Hardline, which is taking the transition away from soldiers and the battlefield of war to the streets of cities and the battle between cops and robbers. It seems to be sort of very much sort of a sleeping dog style story with an undercover cop that finds out that basically, not only are the criminals bad, but also some of the police are probably corrupt. Oh, isn't that a surprise? Considering how many video games have had that sort of storyline for quite a few years. I mean, it was the key antithesis plot point of San Andreas, I think. And as I said, Sleeping Dogs, and quite a lot of other things. Even the very first Driver game was sort of had elements of that. Anyway, there probably is going to be a big thing with that. probable release dates and all that sort of deal. So a lot there, but obviously the major conferences have about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending how much they want to show. The two from EA and Ubisoft, which is the next one, which I'll get to in a minute, are normally only about an hour. So you've got less stuff to cover there in the time. So with Ubisoft, which is, I'm trying to think, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. We've already got the major 5 announced. Valiant Hearts: The Great War will be shown, which is a downloadable game coming, I think, to all consoles, but it's sort of using the Child of Light engine. So it's basically, well, Child of Light was similar to the Rayman, so it's sort of a 2.5D style action sort of game. Looks certainly good from the trailers that have come out so far. Tom Clancy's The Division, even though that is delayed till next year, there will no doubt be some details about that, because they won't just forget about it. Oh, hang on. Rainbow Six Patriots they forgot about, unless, of course, that all of a sudden resurfaces, which wouldn't be a surprise. The Crew, Ubisoft's big racing game, which is, I think, co-developed by the Driver team, but from a few other studios as well. They are going to probably showcase something to do with that, considering the game is sort of expected to come out around the fall, which might explain why EA is not doing anything for Need for Speed this year, because they know they can't compete with Forza, they can't compete with Drive Club, and they can't compete with the Crew. They don't want to oversaturate the market. Far Cry 4 will get some really big stuff, and the really nice thing about that is apparently that's coming November. So far, that's the only game, high profile really, that hasn't made we're having to delay it to 2015. Because Halo's done that, The Division's done that, a few other games, Quantum Break was supposed to allegedly be coming out later this year on the Xbox. That isn't. There's quite a few that have made the skip, shall I say. So yeah, as long as that stays for its November release, that will be awesome. And then the big one is the Assassin's Creed franchise. Rumours of Comet, which will be coming to the PS3, 360, possibly Wii U, I'm not sure, and the PC. And then the big one that they're trying to emphasise the most on, Assassin's Creed Unity, which will be next-gen exclusive for PC, PS4, and the Xbox One. The big thing about this is there's about close to a dozen studios all working on this. It's the same studio that did Assassin's Creed 4, but quite a lot of it has also been outsourced to a whole load of other studios, so different parts, like the terrain of what they're going for in France has been focused on a French studio, and then the combat has gone to another studio, so it's basically a team effort. So if it goes wrong, there's a lot of people to blame. Whether you'll expect any surprises, I don't know. I can't really think of any, but considering how last year the big trailer that got everybody hooked was The Division, and the trailer the year before that was Watch Dogs, if there isn't a trailer that makes everybody go, whoa, that's a bit of a surprise, it will be letting the side down. But hopefully Alicia Tyler does a good job, as she did the last couple of years, and hopefully the people that hate on her on the internet are complete idiots. So then, final one on the Monday is Sony, which is 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. And this is going to be possibly a make or break, because last year, arguably, they, quite a lot of people, won E3 with the fact that they pretty much pwned Microsoft by saying no DRM, you don't have to have your console online, we're cheaper, all that kind of stuff that really made the Sony crowd go, you got served, which shows that fanboyism is alive and well. Probably not the best thing, but anyway. Not a lot confirmed really with this. There probably is going to be Drive Club, more info on that, considering that's now been delayed to about November time, well, October time-ish. Quite a lot from the indies. I've just seen the trailer for the Oddworld New and Tasty game, or New and Tasty Abe's Odyssey, I think it is. Something, it's a title like that. But that looks very well done. I'm guessing you'll see details on that. Sucker Punch apparently aren't going to be there, but they have already done a big thing pushing the next DLC for... Gorilla, that is. Gorilla aren't going to be there, but they've already done the push for the Killzone stuff. There might be something to do with Sucker Punch, possibly regarding DLC for Infamous Second Son. Rumour has it, not only might you be getting new powers, but you might be going to a different city altogether from Seattle, which would be a pleasant surprise, I will say. Sony London are apparently showcasing a new game. I don't know whether that's SingStar. If it is, that's still a brilliant concept because of the whole use your smartphone as a microphone and the amount of songs that they have got in the back catalogue. That's going to be a pretty good asset for them, I think, in 2014 for both PS4 and PS3. The only real confirmed one, even though it isn't, is Uncharted with Invisible 4, because it's the fourth one in the series, more than likely, but all we know is it's certainly next-gen Uncharted, which will be pretty good. There is a rumour circulating, well, quite a lot of retailers are saying Last of Us is coming out for the PS4 next week. I wouldn't be surprised if at the Sony conference they said, it's a year on from this game getting all the plaudits that it got at the time and God knows how many Game of the Year awards. So, PS4, next gen, HD, Last of Us, it's available now to download. And if you want a retail edition, it's available in your shops from tomorrow. Because with the release dates, because it's different over here in the UK, and the games come out Friday, I wouldn't be surprised if the game was available for everyone to get on the Tuesday, the day after, which would hurt Nintendo. There's a rumour circulating about Project Morpheus getting a sort of official reveal, which I could foresee depending how much development has gone into it. There was a rumour about a Media Molecule game, but they are denying that they're there, which could of course be a complete lie, and they could be there all the time. Some rumours about Gran Turismo 6 possibly getting a PS4 HD version, which, to be honest, would be a surprise. But then again, most people were surprised that Gran Turismo 6 came out for the PS3, so we'll have to see. And probably another game that got delayed, but you'll probably see some of, is the Order 1886, which, steampunk with that. All we've really got to go on is that sort of trailer that they showed last year. We need to see more. If we could see some gameplay, that would be great. But the big one, which seems to have been hinted at because of the whole idea that you can actually see this in movie theatres, possibly near you. Just search on Google for Sony E3 Experience to find out if a movie theatre near you is doing it. There is a reason why, which I'll get to. But the bit in the advertising for that, they've shown Kratos, which indicates more than likely we're going to have a new God of War. Some sort of reveal. Whether it's going to be God of War 4, Whether it's going to be some sort of prequel, sequel sort of deal, who knows? But, it's one of their big franchises ever since it came out in 2005. So we're coming up to the 10th anniversary for it. So, to be honest, I think you'll see more than likely something from that. Now, the big reason why, if you can go to a movie theatre to see it, you should, is because the rumours are circulating that all the people that go to the movie theatres to see this with exclusive, the people going to see it at movie theatres will also apparently get exclusive footage that won't be available anywhere else, I guess, for a specific time. There is a big gossip that people attending will actually get beta codes to Battlefield Hardline, which is a pretty sweet deal on the surface, but considering how broken the Battlefield 4 beta was, I don't know whether it's entirely a great thing. But anyway, that's what's coming from Sony. And then Tuesday, slight difference here. It's not a live press conference like the rest of them have been. It's going to be a pre-recorded, quote, digital event from Nintendo. Again, it's going to be, I believe, at 9 a.m. Pacific on the Tuesday, 12 midday Eastern, and 5 p.m. for me. This is more than likely Nintendo's make or break. If they don't do well here, I can see them being in a lot of trouble for the next 12 months. So, because of that, expect big things. We already know that Super Smash is coming out. The 3DS edition is supposed to be coming out in a couple of months. The Wii U edition in time for the holiday. And we already know that the Wii U version is going to get put in selected Best Buys all around North America that whole week. So that'll be something that you might want to check out if your local Best Buy is participating in it. For 3DS, you've got the already announced Pokemon games, Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. So you'll probably see something regarding them. Bayonetta 2 is supposed to be coming out this year. The new game from Monolith Studios, which has a working title of X. So I don't know, I'm guessing that isn't what it's going to stick with. But that's rumored to be coming. We already know Hyrule Warriors is coming to Japan. More than likely it's going to get a Western release as well, because it's the Dynasty Warrior series mixed with Zelda. So, because it's Zelda, it's going to have appeal. Rumours of Mario Party U, Yarn Yoshi for the Wii U. One that's circulating about, which I'm surprised about because I haven't heard anything regarding it, Metroid on the 3DS. Now, it's not hugely surprised because the last portable Metroid was Metroid DS, which was over 10 years ago. And I think there's enough in the marketplace to make it a good game. Obviously, let's hope it isn't like Metroid Other M, which was god-awful. Star Fox U is being rumoured. Pokken Fighters, which is basically take Street Fighter or Tekken, but instead, rather than have Ryu and Ken and all that, you have basically Charizard and Pikachu. It's basically an actual sort of fighter for Pokemon, which is different. And then the big one, which it's confirmed by Nintendo to be there, but it's not confirmed. That is legit fact. It's not supposed to be part of their show, but they've already said it's going to be on the show floor. A Wii U version of The Legend of Zelda. Or, the new Legend of Zelda game for the Wii U console, which has been teased for over a year. I think it will become reality. Whether it will come this year, I don't know, but if it does, that'll certainly help their situation. There's enough there to possibly make it good for Nintendo. They're also having a big Super Smash Bros. U tournament. I think it's later on the Tuesday, but I'm not entirely sure when, so I won't give you the times or anything. There's also an event later that day as well. Solely, it's going to be like a sit-down round table sort of thing, covering one unannounced 3DS game. So could this be Metroid? Could this be the rumoured third Pokemon game? I think it's like Delta Emerald. Could it be that? I don't know. Could it be something that I haven't even mentioned? More than likely. All we know is it's a game that hasn't been officially revealed yet. So it's probably either Metroid or the Pokemon game or something else that nobody knows. We'll see. There is also rumours that there is actually going to be a press conference from Konami, which is a surprise considering the last 3 years that they've done that. They've done it as pre-recorded videos like 2 or 3 days before E3's even started. And when they've done it, there's been some good stuff there, but then there's also fake teasers. They fake teased the return for Contra. Never happened. But it was more infamous before then, because the last live one that they did was 2010, and the most infamous bit for that was everything went wrong and just nothing really worked. And also because they were publicising that Konami were publishing the Lucha Libre AAA game, which was pretty poor according to reviews. They actually had 2 lucha fighters sort of get into some sort of grapple brawl style thing on the stage in the little theatre that they had. How sad. But the reason why Konami are probably going big on this is because it's going to be the first showcase of next-gen Pro Evolution Soccer, which they know will appeal to some people. And also the big one, Metal Gear Solid. There has actually been a tease of footage from Konami Japan's direct stream with Kojima a few days back, which had probably one of the most epic moments in Metal Gear Solid history. The cardboard box is back, which is a surprise considering how it really didn't feature in Ground Zeroes. But not only is it back, but you can actually burst out the top of it, catch a guard unaware, shoot them, put them to sleep, and then get straight back in the box. And nobody will be any the wiser, apparently. So there's some pretty nice spots. There's even a bit where you burst out the box, tell the person to put their weapon down and basically lie on the floor with their hands behind the back. They do so, and then you go back in the box. There's some really crazy stuff going on there, and that's sort of the way the Metal Gear Solid stuff needs to go. Okay, it's a little bit light-hearted, but it doesn't have to be ultra-realistic like the game was with, the bombs surgically put inside the woman's chest and possibly somewhere a little bit more intimate, if the connotations of what's said in the closing bits of Ground Zero is true. Which is awkward. In terms of all the other games, Batman Arkham Knight will probably get a lot of attention. There's rumours of a new Hitman game from Square. There's probably going to be more details regarding Final Fantasy. That's more likely to be at the Sony conference, even though I believe it's going to be multi-format. Witcher 3 is going to be showcasing stuff, even though they've already had a big reveal on that, but I'll go into more details on that on my podcast rounding up the news from the past week, which should be coming up in a day or two, in or around when E3's done, but I always record before when it airs, unsurprisingly. And I'm trying to think, all the other multi-platform sort of games. There's probably going to be a Call of Duty thing, which more than likely will be on the Microsoft show. There'll be a Destiny thing, which more than likely will be on the Sony show, if anything is to go by the last few years. I can't think of anything else. There is no confirmed WWE presence, but whether there will be, I'm not sure. I think that's all I can go for on the top of my head. There's probably a lot that I'm missing. I mean, EA is probably also going to have The Sims, for those of you that are interested in that. Sims 4 will probably have that as well. I can add that in there. But, yeah, in terms of that, and considering the fact that probably half the games we don't even know about yet, or they're so small on indie, possibly, that we won't find out about them until they come out and they turn out to be awesome. It's going to be a packed E3, and last year was a crunch one because you had the launch of 2 new consoles and Nintendo sort of dropping the ball. So this year it's about really, can Microsoft catch up to Sony again? Can Sony maintain their dominance as it currently stands? And can Nintendo not screw up this time? And in terms of the 2 others, can Ubisoft sort of keep riding the wave of success that they've got with Watch Dogs, with Far Cry, the new Assassin's Creed, and The Division over the next 12 months? Even though Division isn't supposed to be coming out until really late in 2015 anyway. And then with EA, can they make sure the Battlefield game isn't broken? The other stuff, just try and not be too similar, I guess. Oh, and also, do not screw up Star Wars Battlefront. Honestly, do not screw it up. Anyway, that is my preview of this weekend's, this coming week's extravaganza of stuff. You'll probably hear more from me next week, as I'll do an general overview of the stuff. I won't go into specific details on everything, but yes, that was all from me. I hope you all have a good week, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.